Hey guys, Jesse Roberto with Reverb here, and today we are shouting out some amazing women who deserve their own signature models. Some artists are so closely associated with the instrument of their choice that the combination becomes iconic. Bob Marley and his Les Paul Special, Mary Kaye and her blonde Stratocaster, or Thundercat and his 6-string Ibanez bass. This signature gear honors a musician's artistry, gives fans a chance to own an instrument with the artist's own specs or modifications, and can even become so popular that it grows beyond the association with any one player and becomes part of the musical instrument's lexicon. Many influential women in music have collaborated on signature models, especially in recent years. Ibanez's Yvette Young, YY10, Black Star's Carmen Vandenberg CB30, Ernie Ball Music Man's St. Vincent signature, and Fender's Her Stratocaster and Billie Eilish Ukulele. But there are many influential women from music's past and present who have had iconic associations with their instruments, but have not yet received the signature model treatment. So today we're just focusing on a few of our favorites and imagining some of the signature models that could be.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe's Gibson SG Custom. Think of a 3-pickup SG Custom, and there's a good chance you're picturing it in Rosetta Tharpe's hands. While she played numerous guitars throughout her career, pictures and videos of her early 60s performances have created a close association between the godmother of rock and roll and the devil-horned rock machine. A period-correct SG Custom with the sideways vibrola and gold hardware and that regal white finish, that would be a great signature guitar. Tina Weymouth of Talking Heads and Tom Tom Club could truly have several signature models. The Racing Stripe Fender Mustang bass, Music Master bass, or other basses in her arsenal. But the Hofner 502 club bass, which she first bought in 1977, used on many Talking Heads records and played during some of the funkiest moments of Stop Making Sense concert doc, is perhaps the top contender. Maybe even include a strip of gaffer's tape as case candy. Wendy Carlos's first Moog system was custom built. Carlos used this early Moog to create Switch On Bach, the overnight sensation that propelled synthesizers and Moog synths in particular into the public eye. While it would be unwieldy to recreate Carlos's entire system from that time, maybe a new walnut-encased mini Moog reissue could come with some Carlos-inspired appointments or a book of patches in the style of Carlos's classic works. In the same way Moog has recently released the Claravox Theremin from Clara Rockmore, a mini Moog for Carlos could honor one of the primary pioneers of electronic music. "12 drums, 13 drums, 17 drums, Viola Smith had a penchant for multi-shell setups. The jazz drummer, who rose to fame in the 1930s with her swinging big band and passed away in 2020 at the age of 107, was the first female drumming star. As a longtime WFL and Ludwig artist, she stood out in a roster otherwise full of men. And with her trademark setup of two 16-inch floor toms decidedly not on the floor, she was bound to stand out on any stage. While there's not much of a market for supersized drum kits these days, a pair of 16-inch floor toms with expandable stands would make a fitting tribute. Back in 2016, JLin selected Percussion Sounds for Native Instruments Complete Sketches series. Her ear for Cuban timbales, West African djembes, and other hits created an evocative collection that could be used in NI software suite. The producer's imaginative sonics and elastic rhythms have resulted in a uniquely boundless discography from footwork to her choreography score with Wayne McGregor. Which got us to thinking, could JLin and Native Instruments team up again, but this time with a full firmware takeover of the Machine Plus, akin to Novation's Aphex Twin collaboration, the AFX Station? Very few players have contributed more to how the electric bass is heard and played than Carol Kaye. In the 60s, on sessions for the Beach Boys, Ike and Tina Turner, Simon and Garfunkel, and more, the muted and picked tones she got on her Fender Precision bass filled the country's radio airwaves. Known for using a piece of felt at the bridge and placing her own shim under the neck, her P bass wasn't far from stock, but collaborating on a signature model that feels exactly right for her would surely feel right in other players' hands too. When Lianne Havas was making her third self-titled album, she gravitated toward a vintage Stratotone. She told Guitar.com, "I was immediately familiar with it when I bought it. It felt like it had been mine for a really long time, and I didn't know that an instrument could feel like that." That feeling is all one can ask for when looking for an instrument, and her 1964 Harmony is just the type of vibey vintage guitar you can still find for a steal. But recent years have seen a full relaunch of the Harmony brand, which is once again making new models of retro favorites like the Juno and Stratotone like Jupiter. A Lianne Havas signature Stratotone could reintroduce the guitar to a new generation of players. Laura Jane Grace is a Rickenbacker superfan, but in a collection of mean-looking Ricks, one in particular is the meanest looking of them all. She calls this Rickenbacker 370 Darth Vader, and it's easy to see why. Unlike other 370s, which sport the standard white pickguard and chrome-topped knobs, hers has a black guard and black knobs on a fully black finish. A production-run signature model of Darth Vader would be sick, and its sleek, mean look could appeal to any number of other punks and aggressive players. The Martin D28 is a classic acoustic, and in the hands of Joni Mitchell was a vessel for her rarefied songwriting and alternate tunings. The story behind her particular 1956 D28 was that she received it as a gift from a Marine in 1966. When he was in Vietnam, it survived an explosion that ruined the rest of his belongings. Mitchell used the D28 on all of her early records and later wondered to acoustic guitar if the explosion did something to the modules in the wood that bestowed its special sound. Unfortunately, the guitar was stolen in the 70s, and while she has replaced it, she said that she's never found another that compares. Could Martin work with her to recreate a signature D28 that would? These are just a few of the many examples that these brands should consider. Just in the bass world alone, Kim Gordon, Esperanza Spalding, Gail Ann Dorsey, or Kim Deal could all have killer signature basses. So write your local gear brand representative and let them know that these are the models we would love to see, and also let us know in the comments what signature models you would love to see, and we'll see you next time.